Hello friends, welcome back to Relief Tutorials. Yesterday we have discussed exercise 13.5 question number 3. It is not 3 by my mistake, it is question number 4. This is question number 4. Now we are doing question number 3. So please read question number 3. A cuboidal vessel is 10 meter long. So length is equals to 10 meter long and 8 meter wide. So breadth is equals to 8 meter. How high must it be made to hold 380 meter cube of a liquid? So here volume is given and you want to find height. How high must it be? So height equal to question mark and volume of vessel, cuboidal vessel is given, that is equals to 380 meter cube. So this is the data given. So volume is 380 meter cube. This is in meter, this is in meter, and here also in meter cube. So you know what is the volume of cuboidal vessel. So L into B into H is equals to 380 meter cube. Clear? So now length, you know, length is 10 meter, breadth is 8 meter, and height we have to find out, that is equals to 380. So height is equals to 380 upon 10 into 8. The 0 cancel. So 38 upon 8. So height is equals to, if you calculate this 38 upon 8, answer will be 4.75 meter. So height should be 4.75 meter. Here. Now we will discuss question number 5. So question number 5, read the question. Question number 5. Exercise 13.5, question number 5. See, read the question. The capacity of a cuboidal tank is 50,000 liter. 50,000 liter. This volume is given of water. Find the breadth of the tank if its length and depth both are given. So length is equals to 2.5 meter and depth means height 2.5 meter and height is equals to 10 meter. Then you have to find breadth equal to question mark. Clear? And capacity is given here. So capacity of cuboidal tank. Okay. So capacity of cuboidal tank. Capacity of cuboidal tank. Capacity of cuboidal tank means volume of tank. Capacity of cuboidal tank means volume of tank, and you know that the volume of tank is equals to how much it is given? 50,000 liters. But here you see, in this case volume was given in meter cube and length, breadth and height were also in meter. But here volume is given in liter, whereas these dimensions are in meter. Volume is in liter, so it is necessary you have to convert this liter into meter cube. So you know that we have seen 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liters. We have seen this yesterday. 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liter. I have explained the conversion. See here. 1 meter cube is equals to 10 raised to 6 centimeter cube, 1 meter cube, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 100, 10 raised to 6. Then here 1000 into 1000, total 6 zeros are there. So 1000 into 1000 centimeter cube. 1000 centimeter cube means I told you that is equals to 1 liter. So 1000 into 1 liter, 1000 liter. So 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liter. We have explained that. So here 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liter. Okay. So we'll divide this by 1000. Clear? So we will get 50,000 upon 1000, not liter. These two are not equal. See, these two will never be equal. 50,000 and 50,000 upon 1000 will never be equal. Here will come meter cube. So liter is converted into meter cube. So here 3030. So in short, we got 50 meter cube. So this is capacity of cuboidal tank. That is volume of tank. So volume of cuboidal tank is L into B into H is equals to 50 meter cube. So length is given 2.5. Okay, 2.5 means 2.5. 2.5 means you know how much 2.5. So 2.5 means 2.5. 2.5 means that is equals to 5 by 2. We can write 2.5 means 5 by 2. So length is 5 by 2. Breadth we have to find out. Height is 10. That is equals to 50. Now we'll find breadth. So that is equals to 50 into 5 by 2 goes there. So we'll get 2 by 5. 10 in division. So here 5 into 10, 50. This 50 cancels. So breadth is equals to 2 meter. So breadth of cuboidal tank is 2 meters. So therefore we can say breadth of cuboidal tank is equals to 2 meter. Very simple, nothing we have done. You compare these two problems, you will come to know. Okay. Here volume was in meter cube, dimension was also in meter cube, so as it is. But here volume was in liter, 50,000 liter, but dimensions were in meter. So we have converted this liter into meter cube. You know the conversion, 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liter. So we'll divide by this 1000, so we'll get meter cube, that is 50 meter cube. Got it? So with this we have completed this. Now, exercise 13.5, question number 6. Read the question. A village having a population of 4,000 requires 150 liter of water per day. It has a tank. Village has a tank measuring 20 by 15 by 6 meter. So here it is dimension are given. So length is equals to 20 meter, breadth is equals to 15 meter and height is equals to 6 meter. These are the dimension of a tank. For how many days will the water of this tank will last? If this tank is completely filled with water, how many days the water will last? So first we have to find out how much water is consumed in one day. So now this dimension are given. If you want to find the volume of this tank, we can find the volume. But before that we will do one thing. A village having a population of 4,000 requires 150 liter of water per head per day. Clear? So if you want to find volume, we can find volume of a tank. See, volume of a tank. Volume of tank. How much amount of water it can hold? So volume of a tank LBH. So length 20, breadth 15, height 16 meter cube. Clear? So if you multiply this 20 into 15 into 6, you will get 1800 meter cube. This is the volume of tank. Now, water required for 1 person per day. So we will find water required for 1 person per day. How much it is? That is equals to 150 liter. This much amount of water is required by 1 person per day. So total population of village is 4,000. So water required for 4,000 persons per day is equals to 150 into 4,000 liter. This is the water required by 4,000 persons per day. It is in liter. Here it is in meter cube. So you know that we will convert this liter into meter cube. So you know conversion, 1 meter cube is equals to 1000 liters. So we can say here 150 into 4,000 upon 1000. What you will get now? Meter cube. So this liter is converted into meter cube. Why? Because here volume of a tank is in meter cube. So here water used by village in one day is in liter. So we have converted into meter cube. This cancel. So that is equals to 600 meter cube. This much amount of water is consumed by whole village for one day. And this is the capacity of a tank. So now we can find number of days the water will last. So number of days the water will last. Number of days the water will last is equals to capacity of a tank divided by water required per day. So capacity of tank is 1800 meter cube and water consumed per day is 600. So you divide this, answer will be 3. So number of days the water will last is 3 days. Very simple. First we have find out the volume of a tank. We have length, breadth and height, so we find out the volume of a tank. Then water consumed by 1 person per day is 150 liters. So water consumed by 4,000 persons per day is this one. So this is in meter cube, this is in liter. We have converted into meter cube. So this amount of water is consumed by whole village for 1 day. Total capacity is 1800. So 1800 divided by 600. So 3 days the water will last. Clear? So water will last for 3 days. So this is 13.5 question 6. Now exercise 13.5 question number 7. Read the question. A godown measures 40 meter by 25 meter by 15 meter. Find the maximum number of wooden crates, each measuring 1.5 meter, 1.25 meter and 0.5 meter that can be stored in the godown. So first dimensions of godown are given, so we will find the volume of godown. Okay. So for godown. So for godown, length is given, breadth is given, height is given. So length is equals to 40 meter, breadth is equals to 25 meter, height is equals to 15 meter. So this is for godown. So we will find volume of godown. Volume of godown is equals to LBH. So that is equals to 40 into 25 into 15 meter cube. This is volume of godown. Clear? Then we will find volume of one wooden crate and we will find volume of wooden crate. Clear? So for wooden crate. Length is given 1.5 meter. Length is 1.5. So now for one wooden crate, length is 1.5 meter. Breadth is equals to 1.25 meter. Height is equals to 0.5 meter. So this is given. So we can find volume of wooden crate. So if you want to remove the decimal, we can do that. How? 1.5 meter means 1.5 meter. 1.5. 1.5 means it is 1 to the 2 plus 1, 3 by 2 meter you will get. 3 by 2 meter. And breadth is equals to 1.25. 1.25 means 1/4. 1/4. Clear or not? 0.25 means 1/4. 1/4 is 4 plus 1. So that will be 5 by 4. And 0.5 means half. Clear? So now we will find volume of wooden crate. Volume of wooden crate is equals to LBH. So that is equals to 3 by 2 into 5 by 4 into 1 by 2. Clear? Meter cube. So that is equals to 5 3s are 15 upon 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16 meter cube. So this is volume of godown, and this is volume of one wooden crate. So how many such wooden crate will be filled in this godown? So here bigger volume is godown, you know naturally. The whole godown is filled with such wooden crate. So you will divide volume of godown divided by volume of one wooden crate. So you will find out number of wooden crate that can be stored in a godown. So number of wooden crate. So number of wooden crate is equals to volume of godown upon volume of one wooden crate. So volume of godown is 40 into 25 into 15 upon here 15 by 16. So 40 into 25 into 15 into 16 upon 50. So this 15 cancel. 25 into 4. So this is 1000. 1000 into 16. So 16,000 credits can be stored in that godown. Have you got it, friends? Very simple. Both problems are related problems. Now, exercise 13.5, question number 8. You read the question. A solid cube of side 12 cm is cut into 8 cubes of equal volume. So we have one bigger cube. That big cube has edge 12 cm and it is cut into 8 small cube. 8 small cube of equal volume. So it is cut into 8 small cube of equal volume. Now you have to find the ratio between their surface area. You want to find ratio between their surface area. So how will do that? Have you got it, friends? So there is a bigger cube. There is a bigger cube and this cube is a bigger cube. This cube is there. This cube. Here the length of the edge is 12 cm and it is cut into 8 cubes of equal volume. So first we will find volume of this. Now it is cut into 8 cubes. How many cubes? 8 cubes. So 8 cubes, they are cut into 8 cubes of equal volume. So volume of this 8 cube is equals to volume of bigger cube. Clear? So first bigger cube we will find the length of edge of solid cube 12 cm. So volume of solid cube we can find out. Now solid cube is cut into 8 cubes of equal volume. So we will get volume of one new cube. So first we will find volume of this bigger cube. So length of edge of solid cube, this is called solid cube, is equals to 12 cm. So therefore volume of solid cube is equals to 12 cube. 12 cm into 12 cm into 12 cm. So 12 12s are 144. 144 into 12. So it will be 1728 centimeter cube. So this is volume of solid cube. Now solid cube is cut into 8 cubes of equal volume. 8 cubes of equal volume. So therefore we can find volume of one new cube. So volume of one new cube is equals to 1728 upon 8 centimeter cube. So that is equals to 216 centimeter cube. So this is volume of one new cube. Any volume of one new cube, here we will say its side is L. Okay. Now let length of edge of new cube is equals to L. Now volume of new cube is 216 centimeter cube. So L cube is 216 centimeter cube. Clear? So now we can find L. So L is equals to 6 centimeter. 6 cube is 216. Clear? So we got here length of edge of new cube. And also you want to find the ratio between the surface area. So we will find surface area of solid cube and upon surface area of new cube. Here we can suppose length of edge of solid cube is equals to L is equals to capital L is equals to capital L, then that is equals to 12 cm. So here we will take this as capital L and this as small l. Now you want to find ratio. So you want to find ratio between their surface area. So surface area of solid cube upon surface area of nu cube. This is the ratio. Surface area of solid cube upon surface area of nu cube. Surface area of solid cube is 6L square upon surface area of nu cube is 6L square. So the 6 will get cancelled. Clear? So here L upon L square. So we can say L upon L the whole square. So L is 12 and small l is 6. The whole square. So 12 upon 6. So 2 square. So that is equals to 4. So we get a ratio of the solid cube upon ratio of the nu cube. That is 4 upon 1. So ratio is equals to 4 is to 1. Have you got it? So this is excuse me. Nothing you have to do here. Length of edge is given 12 centimeters. So you have to find out the volume. Now this is divided into 8 cubes of equal volume. So we will get volume of one nu cube, that is total volume divided by 8. So you got volume, so you will get length of edge of nu cube. So you got now length of edge of both the cubes, so you can find ratio of the surface area. Clear? So this is now last question of this exercise. Exercise 13.5, question number 9. See, read the question. It is little bit important. Now read the question. A river 3 meter deep. There is a river. See, a river. This is river. River. A river is 3 meter deep. So the depth of this river is 3 meter. Okay, so we can say depth means height is equals to 3 meter and 40 meter wide. So breadth is equals to 40 meter. This river is 40 meter wide. This 40 meter wide. So breadth is equals to 40 meter wide, and that is flowing at the rate of 2 km per hour. So the rate of flow of water here. So this water is flowing at the rate of 2 km per hour. So it means water, if you start from the starting point here, if you start the flow of water, then water in 1 hour will cover 2 km per hour. This is the speed of water. It means, what do you mean by 2 km per hour? If I talk that you are traveling at a speed of 2 km per hour, it means in 1 hour you can cover the length of 2 km. So here same thing, the water in the river is flowing at a rate of 2 km per hour. It means in 1 hour the length of water covered will be 2 km. Clear? So here it is given the rate of flow of water. Rate of flow of water is equals to 2 km per hour. What do you mean by this? I told you. See, if at this particular moment, if you allow the water to flow in this river and it is traveling at a speed of 2 km per hour, it means from here at this particular second, if water rush out, then in 1 hour the water will cover the length of 2 km. So length of water flowing in 1 hour is equals to 2 km. So I can say length of water flowing in 1 hour is equals to 2 km. But here height is given in meter, breadth is also given in meter, but here length is in kilometer. So in 1 kilometer there is 1000 meter. So 2 into 1000 meter. So this is the length of water flowing in 1 hour. So length of water flowing in 1 hour is 2000 meter. So we have length, we have breadth, we have height. So now you can find volume of water flowing through the river in 1 hour. What do you want to find out? How much water will flow into the sea in a minute? So now we can find volume of water flowing through river in 1 hour. Why? Because this is the length of water flowing in 1 hour. So volume of water flowing in river in 1 hour, LBH, that is equals to length is 2 into 1000 means 2000 meter here. So 2000 meter into breadth is 40 meter into height is 3 meter cube. So this much amount of water is flowing through the river in 1 hour. But you have to find out how much water will flow into the sea in 1 minute. So now we can find volume of water flowing through river in 1 minute. 1 hour means, 1 hour means 60 minutes. So volume of water flowing through river in 1 hour, that is 60 minutes is this much. Now you have to find in 1 minute. So you have to divide this volume by 60. So 2000 into 40 into 3 upon 60 meter cube. Clear? 0, 0 cancel. 3 ones are here, 6 twos are, 2 ones are, 2s are. So that is equals to 4000 meter cube of water is flowing through river in 1 minute. Have you got it? See, if you try to understand, it is very simple. Breadth and heights are given, you want to find the length, but length is not given directly. It is mentioned that a rate of flow of water is 2 km per hour. It means the length of water covered, or the length of water flowing through the river in 1 hour is 2 km. Its speed is 2 km per hour. It means in 1 hour it can travel a distance of 2 km. So length of water flowing through the river in 1 hour is 2 km. 2 km means 2000 meter. Why? Because height in meter, breadth in meter, so length also should be in meter. So this is the length of water flowing through the river in 1 hour. So volume of water flowing through the river in 1 hour will be LBH. So this much amount of water is flowing through the river in 1 hour. Now you have to find for 1 minute. So you divide it by 60. So you will get this volume of water flowing through river in 1 minute. So here we have completed this exercise. So we have completed the topic of cuboid, cube and cuboid, both area as well as volume. So now second we will talk about cylinder. So we will talk about cylinder. So you should know what do you mean by cylinder. So now we will discuss what is cylinder. Clear? So cylinder we will discuss. See, now we will discuss cylinder. Just we will discuss the theory. See, this is cylinder and this is the diameter. This is also diameter of a cylinder, and here this is axis of a cylinder. Okay, this is axis of a cylinder. It is called right circular cylinder. Why right? Because this axis is perpendicular. It is 90 degree. Have you seen the cylinder? See, your pencil is a cylinder. I will explain. This is a cylinder. So this is a cylinder. Have you got it? This is a cylinder. Have you seen? So here we have two circular ends. This is top, and this is bottom, and this is the height of a cylinder. So this is called cylinder. Okay. So this is cylinder. Now you want to find curved surface area of a cylinder. What do you mean by curved surface area of a cylinder? Means CSA of cylinder, this area, this part, except top and bottom. You just view this, top and bottom. This area depends upon what? So this area depends upon the circumference. If circumference is bigger, see this is also cylinder, this is also cylinder. See here this circumference is small, so curved surface area will be small. If this circumference is bigger, then you know that curved surface area also will be quite bigger. So we can say that the CSA depends upon the circumference. Bigger the circumference, CSA will be bigger. Clear? So CSA means this part, this CSA. CSA means this whole part is called CSA, and this is circumference. Circumference means 2 pi r, you know. Circumference is 2 pi r, and this is height of a cylinder, that is called h. So CSA, curved surface area, depends upon two factors. So we can say CSA of cylinder. CSA depends upon two factors. One is circumference and one is height. So we can say circumference, that is perimeter, into height. In short, circumference, this part is called circumference. So we can say this is the perimeter of base. We have seen in case of cube and cuboid. In both cases, lateral surface area was perimeter of base into height. We have seen, you know that. See, in case of cube and cuboid, we have seen lateral surface area and CSA, both are same. So that is perimeter of base into height. Here in case of cuboid also we have seen, LSA of cuboid is nothing but perimeter of base into height. So here, perimeter of base is nothing but that is what? Circumference into height. If height increases, CSA also will increases. So that is CSA means this is nothing, perimeter of base. Perimeter. Same formula. Always CSA and LSA is same. Why here CSA? Because this is curved surface. Curved. It is curved. As a result, it is called CSA. It is not called lateral surface area. It is just called CSA. Why CSA? Why not lateral surface area? CSA because it is curved. As a result, CSA. So CSA is equals to perimeter of base into height. Perimeter means circumference. Circumference means 2 pi r. Height means h. So CSA of a cylinder is 2 pi r h. No need of mugging the formula. Please try to understand the concept so you can easily remember the formula. Either it is cube, cuboid or cylinder, whatever it may be. If you want to find lateral or curved surface area, you have to remember only perimeter of base into height. And here this perimeter of base is nothing but it is circumference into height. Now we will find TSA. So total surface area means this lateral surface area, area of this top and area of this bottom. And you know that top and bottom are congruent. And they are what? Circle. So you know area of this part. This part area is pi r square. Here also pi r square. So total surface area is curved surface area plus area of top plus area of bottom. Clear or not? That is base. So CSA is 2 pi r h. And area of top and area of bottom is pi r square plus pi r square. So you can say 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square. So this is our form. Very simple. So what is the total surface area of a cylinder? So total surface area of a cylinder is curved surface area plus area of bottom plus area of top. So area of top is pi r square, bottom is also pi r square. Why? Because both are congruent. So 2 pi r. So this formula you have to remember always. Clear? And you can modify this. Common you can take out 2 pi r common and here it is left h plus r. No need of remembering this formula, just to remember this formula. That is curved surface area 2 pi r h plus area of base and top, that is plus 2 pi r square. So CSA and TSA. And last, volume. You know volume of cylinder. So I told you same formula. Volume of cylinder means area of base into height. Same thing I have told. See, suppose this is cylinder. So if you want to fill it with water, so first water will occupy this space. This will be filled with water. So this area is pi r square. And as height increases, volume also increases. So volume of any solid depends upon two factors, area of base and height. Curved surface area depends upon two factors, circumference, that is perimeter of base, and height. So perimeter of base, height. Area of base, height. Simple. So volume of cylinder is equal to area of base into height. So area of base is pi r square, height is h. So this is the volume of cylinder. See, quite simple to remember the formula. Please don't mug up the formula. What you have to remember, what is curved surface area or lateral surface area? Perimeter of base into height. And you know, this is cylinder. So perimeter of base is circumference. So 2 pi r into height. So you got it. Now total surface area means CSA, area of top, area of bottom. Now volume of this cylinder means area of base into height. So pi r square into height. Have you got it? So you remember these three formulas? Based on this formula, we will discuss the exercise in next lecture. Till then, thank you very much.